Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about biofertilizers part 2. We have been left with some of the very important topics like Azospirillum, free living bacteria, Azotobacter and many more important bacteria. So until now we had discussed about biofertilizers, its definitions, what are the major types, properties, and rules of biofertilizers? We have also been discussing about bacterial, fungal, algal, aquatic form, and earthworms. We have also discussed about the biofertilizers, which are the two types, symbiotic and asymbiotic. And there we have discussed about their major roles in the previous video. You can check the previous video in the description box or the suggestions box if you have not gone through that. So now we are starting the part 2. I am Dr. Preeti Mathur, Associate Professor, Department of Zoology, SPC, Government College Ajmer. Azospirillum. In this slide, you can see the diagram of it, and it is mainly present in cereal plants. It inhibits both root cells as well as surrounding of roots, forming symbiotic relation and increasing nitrogen fixing potential of the cereal plant. Azospirillum is recognized as a dominant soil microbe. Nitrogen in the range of 20 to 40 kg per hectare in the rhizosphere in the non-leguminous plants such as cereals, millets, oilseeds, cotton, etc. Considerable quantity of nitrogen fertilizer up to 25 to 30% can be saved by the use of Azospirillum inoculant. These species have been commercially exploited for the use as nitrogen supplying biofertilizers. Free living bacteria. Large number of free living or non-symbiotic bacteria does not form nodules but makes association by living in the rhizosphere present in the soil. Commonly used free living bacteria are firstly Azotobacter and Klebsiella. It will not associate with plant. Azotobacter is a biofertilizer which provides the required amount of nitrogen to the plant from the soil. Now, Azotobacter. Azotobacter is a heterotrophic, free-living nitrogen-fixing bacteria present in the alkaline and neutral soils. Azotobacter is the most commonly occurring species in arable soils of India. Apart from its ability to fix atmospheric nitrogen in soils, it can also synthesize growth-promoting substances such as auxins and gibberellins, and also to some extent the vitamins. Many strains of Azotobacter also exhibit fungicidal properties against certain species of fungus. Response of Azotobacter has been seen in rice, maize, cotton, sugarcane, pearl millet, vegetable, and some plantation crops. It improves seed germination and plant growth. Azotobacter is heaviest breathing organism and requires a large amount of organic carbon for its growth. Now about mass production. Isolated bacterial cultures were subculture into nutrient broth. The cultures were grown under shaking condition at 30 plus minus 2 degrees centigrade. The culture incubated until it reaches maximum cell population of 10 to the power 10 to 10 to the power 11. Under optimum condition, this population level could be attained within 4 to 5 days for Rhizobium, 5 to 7 days for Azospirillum, and 6 to 7 days for Azotobacter. The culture obtained in the flask is called starter culture. For large-scale production, inoculum from starter culture is transferred into large flasks or fermenters and grown until required level of cell count is reached. Now the process, please. We'll prepare appropriate media for specific to bacterial inoculant in required quantity. Then the inoculated with specific bacterial strain for aseptic condition. Then incubated at 30 plus minus 2 degrees centigrade for 5 to 7 days in rotary shaker. Then observe the growth of the culture and estimate the population. This is also called as a starter culture. The media is prepared in large quantities in fermenter, sterilized and cooled well. After being sterilized and cooled, media in a fermenter is inoculated with the log phase of culture grown in large flask. Usually 1 to 2% of inoculum is sufficient. Cells are grown in fermenter by providing aeration and continuous stirring. Then the broth is checked for the population of inoculated organisms. Cells are harvested with the population load of 109 cells per ml. In the carrier material, the use of ideal carrier material is necessary for the production of good quality biofertilizer. Peat, soil, lignite, vermiculture, charcoal, press mud, farmyard, manure and soil mixture are used as a carrier materials. Neutralized peat soil, lignite are found to be better carrier materials. The ideal carrier material should be cheaper in cost, locally available, high organic matter content. There should be no toxic chemical, water holding capacity of more than 50% and easy to process. Now how to prepare the inoculants packet? Firstly, they are neutralized and sterilized. Carrier material is spread in a clean, dry, sterile, metallic or plastic. The bacterial culture drawn from the fermenter is added to the sterilized carrier and mixed well by manual or mechanical mixture. The inoculants are then packed in a polythene bags sealed with electric sealer. So I conclude here. In this is my second part, and then we shall continue again about vesicular or vascular mycorrhiza. Thanking you, students. Thanks for patiently hearing me. I am Dr. Preeti Mathur, Associate Professor, Department of Zoology, SPC, Government College, Ajmer. Thank you.